Guys, trying something different here. I figured instead of just posting individual matches from practices, I figured put them all together in one video, maybe do an audio review of them. Just trying something different. Let me know if you guys like it or not. And yeah, let's get into it here. So we got first match here. I tend to come in very heavy, very right grip inside, left grip outside, very classic. I like to kind of come in hard and try to be a very solid wall. Here, if you look closely, you'll see the moment right here. I shift my head onto the inside, and that's what I'm able to drive and go for the urakiri. That's generally my big strategy when in my style is, if we go back here, come in hard, you'll see it here. Right hand comes in onto the inside there, left hand onto the outside. And then from there, I go for that initial push. My opponent resists. We fight. I stabilize. Ensure I have a good grip. And then wait for that moment when my opponent goes for something. He went for a grip change there. That gave me the opportunity to slip my head in and push through. And then go for the urakiri. Simple, to the point. Next match here. This one I go for a nice little side step into a hanka. Don't quite catch it, but I get left arm on the inside. I generally like to have at least one hand on the inside. I find it makes for a useful tool, both defensively and offensively. So you see here, I go for that side step. Don't quite catch him with it. He tries to go in. I get the right hand on the outside. Get the left on the inside, and then when my opponent recovers, he's in a good position to try to push. He's low, he's on the inside. But because I have that hook on the inside, I'm able to turn and twist and catch his own momentum there when he comes right out of here for that big push. I can catch him. I always like having at least one arm on the inside. Again, it's a useful tool for both defensive and offensive capabilities in fighting. It's always a good spot to have. I really enjoy having it there. We have a little rematch here. This one, bam, into him, push. Again, this one, I'll admit, I was a little quick on it. You could call me on a false start there if you wanted to get really technical. But yeah, I went off just perfect on timing. Came right in. You see left hand outside, right hand comes in on the inside there. Drive right through my opponent. So one of my goals is to get better at that drive, so I'm able just to push through opponents much easier like that. And just kind of like come through a very Goniyama style. So that's something I do want to get better at. Okay, this is a good match. This is a good back and forth. Yeah, smaller guy comes in. He's trying to get in low. He's got a good grip on the belt. They're fighting it out. Pushing. Little guy's getting in a really good position. He's got excellent grip on the belt here, keeping really good control. And he's going for that push, but the taller guy has that nice overhand grip, able to do a nice reversal at the end there. Yeah, so you're seeing in moments here of fighting on that sort of like right hand, on the right hand inside there, as the smaller guy tries to maintain that grip. That's important there, but it's right here as like he goes for that push, and as soon as he kind of steps, Taller guy goes for it. Now, that was a pretty risky move. Probably wouldn't have worked on somebody larger or closer to his size. Generally, having an overhand grip like that, let alone two of them, isn't the best position. It usually implies that your opponent has inside grips in a better position. But a good example of catching your opponent's momentum and using it against them. And then nice shift onto the inside there, just to help kind of push through. Good back and forth overall. If we back up a little further here, we can see a nice, good start. Guy comes in low, gets his hand in good position. Nice Goniyama entry. Gets stalled a bit, but he keeps working. He has a good grip on the belt, on the inside, and then he keeps working. He keeps pressure on his opponent, keeps his opponent on the back foot, gets him stood up, keeps his head in a good position, and then keeps the pressure on, forcing his opponent to constantly be fighting on the back foot, and then just getting unlucky at that finish and getting countered. And then we'll come up to our next video here. There we go. And I've hanked people. I've done the sidestep, but it always sucks when it happens to you. I will say though, really great example. I came in hard, head forward, and his hand placement was really good. One hand on the head, other hand comes around to kind of the belt to help feed me through. Just excellent control throughout. Something I always kind of talk about is to pull off a good hanka. Your opponent needs to have like a good charge. So if you get hit with a hanka, it means you had like a good initial charge. You just didn't have somebody to slam into. But yeah, as sucky as it is to get hit with a hanka, I can't complain too much. Again, he moved just out of like far enough away to get past me, but stayed close enough he could maintain control. And again, great hand placement, one on the head, one kind of to the back to help feed me through. Just great control all the way through. Really good textbook example of a hanka. All right, we have ourselves a bit of a rematch here. Again, come in nice and hard there. Get my inside there. I got it inside right. And now this one, we're locked up a bit. And what my plan was here was basically I was trying to keep my head tight against his shoulder, and then I was trying just to work it down inside the whole time, while kind of like keeping my hips back and maintaining pressure on him. So I'm just waiting, and it's about there. So it was about in that moment was I was slowly working my head down bit by bit, and then it was here in the moment when he tries to go and lift with that outside. And this is what I meant before about having that outside grip isn't as good, because he goes to try to utilize it, but then as he turns, that opens up his chest and gives me the opening to slip my head in and finish off with the Yuriki, especially since he was right at the edge there. He didn't have me pushing enough to really catch enough momentum. And again, since I'm closer to his height, he doesn't have a leverage advantage either. Something to remember in sumo, there's no time limits, so don't always be in a rush. You can take your time and slowly work your way into a position. Don't like feel you have to constantly be moving. You know, you can take a pause if you need to. Next match here. And both guys come in solid. And we're working here. And a nice push out there. If you actually look closely, we don't have the Tawara, unfortunately, with our mat. But guy in the black shorts, he actually, his foot goes out slightly first. Before the push out happens. That being said, really great push out. Guy keeps a good grip on the belt, keeps low, keeps pressure on his opponent, and then even when he's falling, he just keeps on his opponent, make sure his opponent's down on the ground before him. Doesn't leave him any room for a counter. He comes in a bit soft on the tachiai, kind of checking with the shoulder there, but he still gets the nice grip on the inside. Is a little bit on the back foot there, but quickly is able to change it around. And yeah, leaves his opponent no room to twist or to counter. Just forces him right down onto the ground. And we'll go right to the next match here. Again, coming nice and hard here. I have my left hand on the inside there. Or I should say my right hand on the inside. I get it in there. Couldn't get the left hand in there, so I switched to the outside. My opponent actually has a good position here. His head's a little better than mine, but he's got his arms in a really good position as well, and he's able to kind of get me up and get me pushing. But because I've got that arm, that underhook, I'm able to kind of twist and catch him there. Now, he might have survived this, but then, bam, you see he touches his hand first there, which is all you need to win. But this is what I mean by, I really like having that sort of like underhook position. It gives you a lot of control, a lot of options. You can switch between it to the belt grip. And then, yeah, if somebody starts catching you, pushing you, you got it there to really kind of try to catch them with a throw or a counter, throw them off, and try to regain position. Very useful spot to be in. And that's all for this video. If you guys liked it, let me know. I'm thinking about trying out more of these kind of styles of videos, going through things, explaining things. Yeah, let me know what you think. We'll see you around.